What is up, folks? This is Aircast, and welcome back to Infinity Minecraft. Alright, so obviously I've done a lot of work. Oh gosh, I don't even know how many hours I've put into this. Maybe, probably more than 10. Um, but yeah, so lots and lots. What's that doing there? Oh, right, okay. Um, so you may have noticed these in the past, dotting the walls before I did all this work. Um, it was a previous idea that I had about bridging different locations together along the walls to basically make a network of rooms that were, connected by staircases going all over the place, which I thought would be a pretty cool idea. And I'm still going to kind of go with that, but we're obviously going to take a different path here. So we've got a lot of water and trees and stuff. I thought the area down there looked so good that I decided to use that to break up the walls because I was not happy at all with this square wall area up here, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this up here. But we'll figure something out. Actually, I have a couple kind of cool ideas, but we'll just have to see. Alright, so we've got a huge waterfall over here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it at the bottom. I know I'm going to have some rivers running through here, and I've kind of got this area over here that I've made to about what the area is going to look like. So we're going to have dips and valleys and higher areas, and this farm is one of them. That's going to be the higher areas. But I want to leave areas down below, which is what I should have done in the first place. But I wanted to have areas down below where I could have machinery and stuff that, powers the farms that are above. So that's kind of the idea that I'm going to go with. And yeah, I think this area is looking pretty decent, although I think now this area right here looks kind of crappy compared to this area up here. But I'm probably going to leave it mostly like it is now. I might make some tweaks, especially to this. I like the waterfall idea, but I think there needs to be more greenery in here. Maybe have some more alcoves that have trees and stuff in them. But yeah, here's the leftovers of one of those markers of where I thought maybe a room should go. I was just kind of fiddling around with it, but I think it's looking pretty good. Definitely a lot better than it did. Also, I've got some tunnels going on here. This actually leads way back here and leads to the outside. I decided to kind of just embrace the fact that I would be coming in and out of the mountain. I thought it'd be kind of cool to say, hey, maybe this was the original path that we took into the mountain, before all of this happened, right? So maybe we just journeyed into one of these crevasses, however you want to say it, and discovered this area and decided to make it our own. I think that's kind of the idea I want to go with here. I've also got a way out that's over here. Now, where is it? Oh, up here. This is actually the back side of the the spawners area, but I haven't finished making all of that. I'm kind of jumping around a little bit just because it's better, I think, to move between projects, because when you're working with projects as large as I am, or even larger, well, I don't know, this area is pretty darn big. But it's an overall project, right? I've got many different parts. I've got farms going on, I've got tech stuff going on up here, and eventually I'll have, some other things going on too. But it's good to move around between different things because it's so easy to burn yourself out on, let's say I wanted to decorate this entire area all at once at the very beginning and do nothing else. Well, if you do that, you're gonna get tired of, what's going on here, right? You're gonna get tired of decorating. You're gonna get tired of, just carving into the rock because, oh my gosh, I spent so many hours total, just carving out this place. We did use a quarry, but you know, that was only a small part of what we actually did. Okay, maybe it's a large part, but, you know, for the total hours that I've spent, you know, I've spent much more hours actually sculpting this place. And I've still got hours and hours left to get put into it. So, we've also got this little short path here that comes out into the valley. There's the bridge up there that I still haven't fancified, but this leads out to the town that's out there. Just to give you a perspective of what things look like, but I think this is starting to look pretty good. It's definitely, you know, like I said, looking a lot better. I'm a lot happier with it. Staring at these blank walls is also a problem, so don't do that. You need to do some decorating, some terrascaping, stuff like that, just to make the area that you're living in seem, you know, like it's a livable area, not like it's a whitewashed clinic or something, you know. Because while, you know, clinics make for a good sterile workplace, they're not necessarily a place that you want to live in, right? White walls, nothing really. I mean, fake plants. Not cool. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to work on a few things today to get some more projects up and running. Now, I want to make an upgrade in particular, and I actually haven't looked at the mats for it, so I'm going to have to see if I can actually make it. One thing that I do want to get is a good bow. The other bow, I was never really happy with the Tinker's Construct weapons. It's ranged weapons. I'm really happy with the way that their normal weapons work out, but their bows and crossbows I don't really like very much because they're so inaccurate. It's not that, you know, normal Minecraft bows or even these bows are all that accurate, but at the same time, actually I think we can totally do this. One nether star? That's not bad. Yeah, I think we can totally make a normal bow. But that actually wasn't the upgrade that I was thinking about. The upgrade that I was thinking about was this one. I've got a resonant flux capacitor, which is, it's pretty darn good. But when I venture out into the world looking for certain things, and, you know, actually working on stuff out away from my base, I need to have, well, I mean, yeah. Okay, it's 20 million RF. That's a lot of RF. But why not go for something better? And by that, I mean this, which is 80 million. Now, I'm not going to go for the draconic stuff right now. I'm not really worried about it too much. Eventually, we will make the draconic stuff, but I'm kind of holding back from that because those are really like the ultimate weapons. Like, you know, think of the super powered in-game stuff that you get, say, in the Final Fantasy games. You know, the character-specific weapons. Those are really, really powerful if you use them correctly. So that's kind of what these things are, the draconic stuff. But I'm happy with the wyvern things for right now. And I'm going to go ahead and make one of these if I can. Okay, so it's going to take one nether star, but that's not bad. So we've got 4 draconic cores here. So we need a total of 8 draconic cores. I can do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look in here. Do I have... Alright, I've got a good amount of ingots and blocks, so I should be fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and do draconic core. So we need 8. So do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And clicking on it super fast does not speed it up very much, so half the time I just don't bother. You'll hear me clicking furiously sometimes, but it's more because I've gotten impatient more than anything. Alright, so we need a wyvern core. Okay. How many nether stars do I have at the moment? Nether. Oh, got a bit of a freeze up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, I've got 8, so that's not bad. I need to get more eventually, but 8 is perfectly fine for now. I've actually got all of my spawners in there upgraded, I think. I know I have at least the left side upgraded. I'm pretty sure I have the right side as well. But I'm not positive on that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what else we need here. Did I actually make that Wyvern core? Maybe that's not how you spell it. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. I thought I did, but wasn't positive. It's kind of late in the day, so it's 9 o'clock, so it's not super late, but it's been a long day. All right, so what else do we need to make here? That is not the one I wanted to do. Okay, so we need to make 4 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And from there, we should be able to, yep, just go ahead and make that. Now, this holds a ton of energy. Charging this thing up took a while, but in comparison, I mean, we've got 20 million, so that's 4 times as much energy storage in this one as this one. That's a lot of power. So let's go ahead and make something else as well. And this is actually something we're going to be using extensively, I could say. All right, so we need to make a particle generator. This is an energy infuser, which is basically like the one that we've been using to power our armor, but it puts a whole lot more power in there a lot faster. And it allows us to do some very special things like make these charged draconium blocks, which basically they're draconium blocks that have power poured into them, RF poured into them. So they actually take a lot of RF, but they're very important to get the awakened blocks. So they're pretty darn important. So we need to make 4 of these, or 3 of these. Let's go ahead and just do that. Okay. And then where did it go? I think we need to make an enchantment table, and where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, particle generator. All right, so we need 1 more core. That's fine. Okay. Oh, and I've got bunches of these because I took some time and got another blaze soul. I've actually got 3 total. I've got 1 left in here that I haven't used. 1 more mob soul. That's a blaze. So I have 2 spawners able to work full time. And remember that those are powering a big line, or 2 big lines of generators, survivalist generators in the other room. So that's why I went ahead and made another one, because it wasn't quite keeping up. 1 wasn't quite keeping up. But if I do 2 and leave the second one on for just a little while, then I have an overabundance of blaze rods, which I need blaze powder for so many different things that I wanted to go and do that. So I've got an iron chest full of blaze rods, as well as having, plenty in here. So, all right, now what else do we need? Let's go and take a look. Where did it go? There it is. All right, so, okay, it's just a normal enchantment table. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a special one. And that should be enough to, ta-da, energy infuser. Awesome. All right. So if we go in here, and I want this to be accessible. So where is a line that's not on the roof? There's not really a great place to put this right now. This is the all the survivalist generators, by the way. Let's go ahead and grab some of those, some conduits. Flux duct. Leadstone, resonant, there we go, energy. Although the resonant one would be pretty good for this, but I'm just going to stick it right here for now. You can see it looks kind of cool. It's actually connected from different sides there. Let's go and get a wrench out just so that doesn't look so ugly. Ta-da! Alright, so here is our energy infuser, and as you can see, it holds a lot of RF. A lot of RF. That's, what is it, 10 million RF that it holds? So it should, yeah, you see it powering this so quickly. But that's just a drop in the bucket, right? So this is going to take a while. As you can see over here, it has item storage as well. And this is just so you can see how much is in your draconium blocks. Obviously, you can see from here how much it is. But, yeah, so that's going to charge up for a little while. And I'm going to prepare the next project, and we'll be right back. Alrighty folks, so real quick, we have this filled up, or for the most part I've been using it quite a bit, but it's working nicely. It's charging my hotbar and my armor, which is awesome considering the dark leggings, run out of power quite often. But yeah, so I have been doing a lot of work. I can't even tell you how many hours I put into this. But I wanted to give you an update midway through this to kind of show you what I've been doing. Because while doing this, I kind of wish I had shown different points of it. I did a little bit, but not in the most part. Like I didn't show this being built or me carving out various areas and why I made the shapes I did. But this is a little bit different, I think, because when you're staring at a wall of stone, even after you've cut it out, and it's just stone, it's really hard to see what you're looking at. Case in point, if it weren't for the shadows that were in this room, this wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So, yeah. This down here, what I did to shape this is I made a solid sheet of grass, or actually it's just dirt, all the way across, just like this one, 2 blocks higher than this bottom layer. Ooh, lightning. And after that, I started layering around a base. So you ended up with something like this over here. This is going to be the basic floor of the valley, and there's going to be a river running around. There's going to be a lake over here. There's going to be water going around this, and a smaller lake over here. I haven't decided how I'm going to play in the waterfalls quite yet. That's why you see them just plunging down through the ground at the moment. But I've been building it up layer by layer. So right here you can see one layer. This is going to be a hill right here. This is a hill over here. All this right here. Even though it's going down to the bottom at the moment. I'm just doing it one level at a time for each of these areas. So here's a area with just one layer. This is an area with 2 layers. And then this is built up to 3. And this one's not quite done yet, but you can see basically what's going on here. So I'll make an outline of how I basically want it to look, and then I'll come in and fill in, a little too far for that one, but I'll fill in these. And actually I've been doing it from the bottom. I found that makes it a little bit easier. Do I have any area I can fill in? No, not really. But I can do another layer just to show you guys. So if I wanted to do something like, oh, little baby zombie. Something like, I don't want that to be there. Let's just say like this. And then I'll come in behind from the bottom, and I'm going to shape this wall a little bit differently, but just to give you guys an idea, I'll come in like this and fill in the space so that we don't have any open air that's going directly towards the bottom. And then I think this is going to be the top layer, but I'll probably bring this wall down something like this, and then just fill it in. Like so. And then I'll throw some torches down so the grass can spread. And the grass has actually been spreading pretty nicely. You can see it spreading along here. I put some torches along the bottom and around the first layer. As you can see, they follow the first layer pretty well. This isn't going to be my end lighting scheme, obviously. It's always a little bit startling. Living up here anyway, I guess Minecraft's only been out since I've been in Montana, which is kind of strange to think about that, because it feels like it's been out forever, but it doesn't feel like I've been living in Montana for that long, but I've been living here for 8 years, so. But anyway, a little divergence there. Um, but it's been working out pretty well. I like the way it's shaping up. I would like to put some buildings in here and maybe move some villagers in. There's definitely going to be a bunch of trees like I did through there. Of course, I've mentioned the water that's going to go in. But as usual, I've kind of bitten off more than I can chew. In small bites anyway. So I've just been working and working and working at this and hoping that one of these days I'll get it finished. Because I think it's so much better and so much more fun if you're working in an area that actually is enjoyable to work in, right? I've mentioned this before, and I'll probably mention it many times again, but if you enjoy the environment that you're in, it's much more fun to do all this technical stuff, and it's also much better for your creativity. It's easier to be creative when you have an inspiring environment. That's why you usually have artists and musicians and composers and anything, any kind of profession or hobby that you can think of that's very creative. Usually you'll find that people like that prefer to work in a more open environment, more space, good light, or no light. Um, but yeah, so I mean, there's a couple different ways. Like when I write, I usually like to write in the dark because it allows me to basically tune out the rest of the world and only use my imagination because I can't really see anything else other than what I'm working on. Um, but I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to get back to work and hopefully this won't take too much longer. Maybe 2 or 3 more hours just to get the shape in. I think that sounds decently reasonable. Maybe 2. I'll be positive and say 2. Oh gosh. But yeah, I will see you guys in a second and we'll see how the ground layer turns out. All right? Alrighty folks, so we are back and the grass at least is done. For the most part, I'll probably change things here and there. Oh, I missed a block. Yeah, I'll probably change the shapes of some of these hills as I make houses and stuff like that. But that is going to have to wait for another day. I will probably not be working on this for a few episodes because frankly it's at the point where it's like, I'm just tired of it. Oh, doing this for hours and hours on end takes its toll, as you can imagine, and I'm sure some of you know. If you're the kind of person that builds on the scale or just doesn't enjoy building, which a lot of people that don't enjoy building tend to go towards modded Minecraft because there's so much else that you can do besides building. And likewise, a lot of people flock towards modded Minecraft because there's so many more building options. So, you get the best of both worlds. That's something I do like about modded Minecraft is that, there's so many different things that you can do and different avenues that you can progress, and you don't just hit a wall progression wise when you get diamond and you gear up. It's not the in normal Minecraft that's the point where you either just do nothing but exploring or do nothing but building, and usually for me it's building. So yeah, now there was something that I wanted to talk about a little bit. I just updated, I think, I'm not sure which version I'm playing on now. It's the latest version that's out. But somewhere in there was a patch that ended up changing forestry quite a bit. Lost a bunch of blocks. May have added some, I'm not sure. But something interesting happened. You'll notice that all of these that are along this line are grown. For some reason, this still remains, the water, but I had to change a few things. So this is no longer considered part of the structure for some reason. They changed the shape of it. And they changed the shape of it in forestry a lot. That's something they do commonly. I'm not sure why, but that's something that they did. So I'm probably going to have to shave off each of these edges just for aesthetic's sake. Because otherwise it looks kind of funny, especially when like all of these crops end up getting harvested and you just have these grown and it's just like, well. I also had to redo this right here. I had to put in a new circuit board. Thankfully I had everything. I didn't have the soldering iron for some reason. I'm not sure what happened to it. It might be on a tool rack, but we'll just have to see. So I'm going to work on that. For some reason, these got uprooted. Maybe it's too... No, it shouldn't be too dark. I've got light on the edges of those blocks. I don't know. But yeah, this defaulted back to an arboretum, so I just had to redo that. This is no big deal. It only took the iron tubes, I think, and I had a bunch of circuit boards, so not a big deal. Now, I do plan on making a bunch of stuff down here. I can turn this off. That way I don't end up plowing an entire row. But I've got this set up, obviously. We set that up together. I've got about half full of hooch. And I think, yeah, I've got 23,000 of these. So I've got plenty of those. But we'll be setting up other things. That's why I made the hills hollow, so that we would have more room to work. So we'll probably be placing more farms underneath the hills. And piping and... Oh, that was weird. And, you know, cables, all that kind of stuff, power. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. This episode took weeks. Actually, it ended up being a lot longer between episodes than I would like. A lot longer. It's been a long time since I've actually released one of these episodes, but some things happened and some things didn't happen that I was hoping would happen. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I was hoping to move this map to a server, but unfortunately didn't happen, but that's okay. Nobody's at fault really, so yeah, we will keep going, and I have a lot of plans for this map, a lot, and I wouldn't have done all this work if I didn't plan on continuing in the series. So if you're enjoying it beforehand, I hope you continue to, and I'll look forward to some more episodes. Alright, so until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day.